receive the Kyle Lowe kickoff. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a Thursday night in Blacksburg. And that's where we bring out Syracuse quarterback Garrett Shrader, a big kid, a physical kid, someone that's had success against Virginia Tech in this series.
He has, and he plays the game in an exciting way. He plays with this tough attitude. He's going to throw his body around out there on the field. Coaching staff talking about, hey, we even try to get him to calm down sometimes and not go as crazy running the ball and taking the hits. But he's going to play the game hard and physical.
When these teams last met in 2021, 5 total TDs in a victory. Shrader on first down to throw. Pocket collapses. He can't get it off. He throws it to the left. It'll be interesting to see if his knee was down.
That's going to be Antoine Powell-Ryland, the Florida transfer, their sack leader, coming off the edge.
Loss him down, second down.
All right, so you heard our official Riley Johnson there, intentional grounding on Shrader.
But the grade up, you saw on the replay there, the grade up and under move, they're trying to chip him, and the tackle's got to settle inside on that because he knows he has a running back helping the outside. But Twan put the little move on him, came inside, and caused the pressure.
This Virginia Tech defense averaging just over 3 sacks per game. That's tied for second in the ACC. So behind the chains is the talented young running back LaQuint Allen, and we have a second flag on the play.
This is going to be a holding penalty.
Holding, offense number 63. Penalty is half the distance to the goal. Second down.
So that's Chris Bleish, the left guard. And if you're drawn coming up out of a bye week in your first 2 plays, not how you do it if you're the orange.
Well, and they're running the counter scheme. You see him pulling right here, and all of a sudden he just grabs him going around. Doesn't need to get grabbed. Just kick him out, run through that block. Don't use your hands, run through it, get away with it. But not where you want to be, right in front of this student section on first and forever if you're Syracuse.
2 plays, 2 penalties, pressure comes. Set up the screen to Allen, incomplete. Now 3rd and 28 after Kelly Lawson provided the pressure.
And this is where you start. When both teams talked about wanting to start fast, you're Virginia Tech here. You defer as a coach. You put the defense on the field. This is about a dream start. Put them down in front of your student section with a 3rd and long to start the game. Look for a real conservative call from Syracuse here.
Designed run for Shrader, trying to get back anything he can. Conservative that was, in a 3 and out for the Orange. Derek Canteen and Alan Tisdale there on the tackle. And if you're on that Syracuse sideline as the head coach, you're unhappy after the bye week, and that's how you start off.
Yeah, you come out and you come out with play 1 and you give up almost a sack, the intentional grounding, the holding penalty, the silliness. You got to just settle everybody down, though. The electric atmosphere that we're in right now, they'll just calm everybody down, settle, and come back, get the next series going.
All right, Jack Stonehouse to punt. Jalen Lane, Tucker Holloway back deep. That's going to be Holloway at the 40. Has a crease, closed quickly, close to the 50-yard line. Tackled by Marlowe Wax, punt to 47, and a return of 10. We mentioned it during the open, Coach. Kyron Drones, now the starting quarterback for Virginia Tech. He started his first game against Rutgers, so his 6th career start, and they have finally found some momentum and a rhythm with this offense.
He has, and he's really starting to play some with confidence, and the coaching staff finding what he does well, making the reads and making the plays that he's comfortable with.
Bhayshul Tuten in the backfield. Drones going to throw on first down. He's got an arm and overthrows his intended receiver. Daquan Felton, covered by Johnson.
And they ran the deep crosshair, going to take a play-action shot, get great field position. And you're going to see, Drones goes to the post, wants to take the shot. He's got the crosshair coming open. Should have checked that down underneath, hit the crosser for the explosive play instead of going for the home run on the post with the safety back.
So incomplete. Second down. Drones can do this. He's a physical runner right up the gut. Gain of 5. Marlowe whacks. The linebacker brings him down.
And I'll tell you, when you have a younger quarterback starting, I love that call. You give him a shot at the beginning of the game, take a shot down the field, come back with a quarterback run. So you know what? He's a big physical player. He gets hit right there, but now he's kind of into the flow of the game, getting comfortable with how the flow of the action's going.
Coming off a career high against Wake Forest, last time out before the bye. Third down, good opportunity here, and he breaks it to the outside, does Tuten. Forced out by Jason Simmons Jr. in the transfer from North Carolina A&T. He has been a gift for the Hokies. Gain of 15 and a first down.
Yeah, you saw him, but right there, Tuten gets the ball. They have penetration up the field, but he starts scooting Tuten around him right there, putting the jets on down the sideline, outrunning the penetration and turning the corner.
Looks like a double pass. Jalen Lane looked at it, still keeps it and goes downfield. Good recognition by Derek McDonald of the Syracuse defense. They set that up for Lane to go downfield.
Yeah, I love it. They're coming out with a very aggressive script right now. The Virginia Tech team is.
I'm here for it.
Hey, like we said, they've got a little bit of momentum going in the league right now. They're feeling good about where they are, and they're going to be aggressive. 5
fresh players for the Orange defense. Play fake for Drones. Dangerous throw caught by Felton and immediately popped by that rover position, Justin Barron, in a gain of 2.
Justin Barron's their playmaker, and if you're going to play the rover position in Rocky Long's defense, you are the guy they're going to call on. We'll be seeing him making plays all night long. He's the guy that the whole defense is built around being the playmaker. And
if you're football nerds like Coach and I, we'll get into the history of Rocky Long and the 3-3-5 defense that Syracuse employs. You see Lane there in motion here on third down, trying to get him the ball a lot tonight.
I think they could go for it with how aggressive they've been right here. But when you look, and we get into this, there's too many people that hate points. They hate points. Right now, the crowd's into it. You're excited. You had a productive first drive. Let's get points and start with a lead.
The analytics say 4th and 6 or less, you go for it.
Yeah.
Chalk went up for the football mind as John Love's going to come on to attempt a 43-yard attempt. A career-long 41 yards, so this would be a new one. Snap clean, kick clean, kick good. And you know what? Love loves points.
He loves points. Analytics doesn't love, but we did.
This makes me so happy. We already thumbed our nose at the analytics. We got points, 3-0 Virginia Tech. Baber's 8th season at Syracuse. Brent Pry, season number 2. And it was great talking to both of these guys because they each wanted the advantage of the bye week and then found out each team had the bye week.
It is, and it is such a huge advantage. They were hoping the other team was going to have to play on the short week this week. But I tell you what, both of these, this is such a big game, and they know this is a turning point of the season for both coaches. They got through the first half of the season. They come away with a bye week in there, refreshed, get everybody back healthy, and they need to make a statement here in the second half.
So kicking game for Virginia Tech gives them a 3-0 lead early in the first quarter. You know, we had touched on Syracuse and their start to the season. Got out quickly to a 4-0 start, but then, Coach, they hit that gauntlet of a schedule, 3 in a row, Clemson, UNC, Florida State. 3 straight losses, all 3 in conference.
Yeah, to top 20 teams. And, you know, that has been the tough part for him. And you look at it, and that's where Dino said he put it, like, we got them all together. They put it all to bed and said, hey, that's behind us. The second half of the season starting. Let's get to where we need to be.
And another penalty on the Syracuse offense.
Ball start. Offense, number 74, 5-yard penalty, first down.
So 3 penalties in 4 plays.
And the frustrating things on these are not effort penalties. These are avoidable penalties right now. The false start, mental errors, the hold when you didn't need to. These are things right now. You see the crowds having an effect on this Syracuse team.
So 1st and 15. The give to Allen. Can't get anywhere past that Virginia Tech. defensive line, Kelly Lawson, and a loss of 1. You know, it's not like Syracuse hasn't played in a loud environment. Their last game before the bye week at Florida State. Prior to that, they were at North Carolina.
Yeah, but this is Virginia Tech on a Thursday night.
True. We've gone up a division and loud. Shrader, quick throw to the outside. That's complete. Dan Villari, the tight end, once a Michigan quarterback recruit. Playing well at the tight end position, brings up 3rd down after a gain of 3. So, Coach, another 3rd and long situation for this offense.
You got to go for it here. Now, you have a veteran quarterback in Shrader. You're getting your 3rd and 8 to 10 call where you feel confident right now. You got to take a shot to move the sticks here.
They do just that. Take a shot for a little bit more, and it's going to be incomplete. So back-to-back 3-and-outs for Shrader in this offense. We talked about the struggles in the last 3 games, Coach. Just 3 touchdowns in the last 3 games combined.
And they started really fast in their 4-0 streak, and the coaches talked about it. They jumped out to big first quarter leads, scoring a lot of points in the first quarter. Virginia Tech knew that. They said, we have got to start fast. Do not give them any momentum. And you see it. That's what they've been able to do so far.
Tucker Holloway, 15.7 yards per punt return, leads the ACC. He would make Joey Galloway happy. And he catches every punt.
It's such a huge thing to catch a punter. If you're a punt returner out there as a high school kid, catch the ball. Most important thing.
Thursday night college football is brought to you by Taco Bell.
Son, you are staring at your future.
All season long, sections across the country are competing to be the Taco Bell Live Moss Student Section of the Year. Download the Taco Bell app to learn more. And I'll tell you what, this student section showed up early tonight, an hour before kickoff. The one student section was packed. They went into the overflow. You see Kyron Drones they're coming out with another shot play to start this series out. That's 2 straight series coming out on play intent, trying to take a shot down the field, looking for some more explosive plays. That's been a big part for them moving forward.
10. We can work on your Live Moss student section, read a little bit.
I had to jump in over the shoulder.
You did. Good save. 2nd and 10. Big run, Virginia Tech off the left side. That is Bhayshul Tuten. As we take a look at tonight's impact players presented by Whole Foods Market.
And these guys come out, the impact players right now, when you come out right now, with Quinn Allen and Syracuse, they need to get him going. He's their best player. But Justin Barrett in the rover position in this defense is going to be the guy. Watch Jalen Lane. We talked to their coaches. He's a guy that they want to get the ball to. He's in the slot. You're going to see a motion into the backfield. They're going to try to use him in the run game, the pass game. We saw APR on defense in that opening play get pressure.
That Tuten run, good for a 1st down. Drones looks to throw again. On the run, I mean, I tell you what, he threw that on the run incomplete. Intended for Lane. Stephon Thompson on the coverage.
The big confident thing, though, you're seeing for Virginia Tech early, they want to take shots against this defense. This defense is built on pressure and man coverage. The key to taking shots, if you're going to be incomplete, though, is the success they're having on 2nd down. And that's what they've been able to do so far, is have success on 2nd down. That allows you to keep taking shots on 1st.
The give to Tuten. Again, he is getting yards by the chunk. They called him a complete back, but they want to limit some of his touches. That sounds funny, but they said he's like a sports car, and that mileage gets up there. They need to give him a break from time to time.
Yeah, you see him going tempo. You're watching the quarter, trying to get a quick quarterback run with the big guy.
So 3rd and 1. Good shot across the middle. 1st down, Hokies. That was Dawan Lofton. And a gain of 12.
I think this is an RPO. You see empty, you don't always see it in an RPO. But they filled up the box. He had man coverage, one-on-one on the outside. Throw the slant. If they walk out, you can see quarterback run. They don't, throw the slant.
So another good drive going here for the Hokies. Off the left side, there's a breather for Tuten as they give it to Malachi Thomas, the physical of the two running backs. Was banged up a lot last year, but he's starting to get healthy. They like this running back tandem of what they both bring.
And they feel with Malachi Thomas coming in to be able to give Tuten a breather every once in a while. And he's back. He was missed last year with injuries. He's a guy they're excited about to really get back and take off a little bit more of that workload off of Tuten.
Lane in motion. Looks to get it to it. Drones cuts back. Good recognition out of Drones to pick up some yardage. Derek McDonald there on the tackle and a gain of 5.
And these are all the different zone reads and quarterback power reads and things that the coaches got into that Drones gives that they weren't getting with Grant Wells earlier in the year before he got injured. And that's the part of the game that Drones brings that has changed this offense.
Thomas still in the backfield, 2nd and 5. And a good job there by the Orange defense. Physical tackle, Braylon Ingram for no gain, bringing up 3rd and 5.
That's the nose tackle right there. Getting off a block, making a play. Rocky Long said that the 3 biggest players are the nose tackle, middle linebacker, and the rover in the middle. The middle of the defense is what this is all based on. And those guys have to perform well for them to be successful defensively.
Transfer from Alabama. 9th play of the drive for the Hokies. Tuten in the backfield. Left side of Drones. Cuts across. Tuten. 1st down Hokies. Marlowe whacks. Brings him down.
You see on the replay right here, they run a little wham play right there with the line. You see the tight end coming back, whamming back to the defensive lineman. Great separation in the middle of the defense. Tuten does a good job getting his foot in the ground and getting upfield.
Thomas is back, pitch to Thomas. He looks like he's gonna throw. He does! Touchdown, Virginia Tech. Daquan Felton. And what a game so far for offensive coordinator Tyler Bowen. He is deep in that playbook early on tonight.
He has opened it up right now. They're taking shots down the field. That's their 2nd trick play they've called so far. A whole new look, some stuff coming off the bye week, new things that Syracuse defense hasn't seen, and they're letting it go here tonight.
Extra point is good. 10 plays, 69 yards. 4 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock. And Virginia Tech, I said something feels right about them on Thursday night. And boy, they showed up to the party early. 10-0 Hokies. 6 minutes left in the 1st quarter. You know, Coach, we had talked about how this offense under Drones has allowed them to do other things. Because coming into this game, they were 12th in scoring. They were 12th in rushing. They were 9th in passing. And right now, we've got Virginia Tech up 10-0 1st quarter. In fact, 16 total.
Yep. Got it. Let's take a look back at this touchdown right now. And you see what they do. It's the motion by Jalen Lane coming across that creates the rover, Miles Farmer. Eyes on him. You see a little bit of confusion coming, the communication. He steps up, and then no one's back in the middle of the field off the toss. Both safeties come up to fill. The corner, bad eyes off the stalk block, and it's an easy throw. The motion created the confusion for the play to work.
So how does Syracuse get something going now offensively? They've gone 2 3-and-outs. Up until that play, they had 3 total yards of offense.
they got to stick with the plan. It's 10-0. You're on the road. They got to be confident. You have a veteran quarterback in Garrett Shrader. You got to put it a little bit on him to go and make a throw or a play to get them back into rhythm.
He tried to take a shot over the middle of the field. Tisdale batted it down, intended for Damian Alford.
And you just look right now, just the struggle. They no rhythm right now, but this is a big third down. They need to get a conversion here.
Shrader hit hard as Allen, and they'll be short of another first down and have to punt. A gain of 3. Lawson and Woodson there. The Syracuse offensive struggles continue.
Great job by Payne retracing right here. The defensive lineman coming in to make the hit. Looked like he did a good job turning his shoulder to avoid a targeting penalty there. But really good effort. You see this defense flying around. As you want to see the D lineman chase plays down.
And Garrett Shrader just has to be shaking his head. And a great punt. Just punt Holloway back to his 15. Holloway a crease. What a return by Holloway. No flags. We talked about how he leads the conference. 15.7 yards per average. That's going to go up. Special teams, Virginia Tech, Thursday night. It all fits.
Yeah, and that's what he is. He's one of the top punt returners in the country. Not just, we talked about him catching the punt, but his ability to make returns and make things happen out there on the field. And what happens is Stonehouse leads as 11 punts of 50-plus yards in the field. Outkicked his coverage. And when you do that against a guy that's comfortable like Holloway, he can make you pay.
A punt of 55, a return of 56. And to this point, everything going right for the home team. The visiting team is just trying to find their footing here early on.
Yeah, and this is. Oh.
That's Jack Stonehouse, the punter. Yeah.
Ooh. Some friendly fire right there.
He's grabbing his knee.
I'd like to see that. Right, they didn't see it get planted, but it kind of got. They're not used to being in those contact positions. Got rolled up on a little bit by his own player.
Yeah, typically when a punter's involved in the tackle, he's the last line of defense between that and a touchdown, and Holloway almost broke one there. Take another look.
They got caught up underneath him right there a little bit. Let's hope he's all right, helping him off right now.
So Stonehouse had to be
That's a loss because he's one of the best punters in the country right now. You saw it on that, his ability to flip the field with a strong leg.
Transferred in from Missouri. We talk about 46.1 yards per punt. That leads the ACC. Special teams in a game like this are going to be so crucial. And right now, the edge to Virginia Tech, field goal, 56-yard punt return, and great field position to start this drive. They're going to throw the reverse. Tuten to Turner Bradshaw. Tries to get around the corner. He found a crease for a minute. Xavier Turner Bradshaw and a gain of 9.
And you see this in the bye week, they must have said, hey, we have some plays in this playbook we haven't been using right now. We're gonna go call them early on the play sheet. They just sit down to this script and say, let's roll them all out here. They've run the toss pass, the double pass, the double reverse. They've got them all going right now.
I have a feeling Bowen went to each player and they're like, hey, each of you name a play you want to run, and we'll run it. And they have. Tuten off the right side. That'll be a first down for the Hokies, down to Harry.
33, Bhayshul Tuten on the carry.
Guys, Justin Barron, after that last Virginia Tech offensive possession, went back to the locker room. I didn't appear to see what was wrong with him, but obviously that's a major loss for the Syracuse defense.
Yeah, you already saw Harry had the club on his injured hand, so he was already playing kind of banged up, as Miles Farmer now will take over that all-important rover position. 1st and 10 for Tech. Situated at the 15. That's Jalen Lane in motion. Drones to Lane. Minimal gain for him, and that's Farmer. Just mentioned he's now in that rover position with Barron off the field.
Yeah, and he was the leading tackler in Nebraska last year. So he's played a lot of football, experienced, still learning this system. But when you're going to play that rover position in this defense, you have got to make plays.
Tuten off the right side, and now Syracuse defense able to get in the backfield for no gain. Anwar Sparrow there. And you get the feeling, Coach, right now, a field goal for this Orange defense would be a victory based on how and where this drive started.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that would be a great stop for Syracuse on defense, get momentum. They've been playing on their end of the field the entire night. Let's look here. Again, I think Virginia Tech, they're going to spread it out with a possible RPO when you have an athletic quarterback.
Third and 9. Drones outside, nearly intercepted. That would have changed the course of this first quarter quickly, as Isaiah Johnson had his hands on it.
Yeah, he's just a little bit late with this throw. You see him, they're going to spot and then they dig behind it. The backer does a great job. You see number 12 there sitting underneath the dig, forcing him to go to the outside. He's a little late with the throw.
He kind of threw it back on the inside. You want that more to the boundary. 32-yard field goal attempt now for Love. Love has been busy. 2 field goals. And all things considered, a good stop for the Orange. 13-0 here, Virginia Tech in the first quarter. And now a quick word from Verbo.
I'm live on the patio of this Verbo vacation home. It's recovery time after a hard-fought win tonight. It's a good thing there's no host at a Verbo, so you don't have to worry about some stranger asking to join your ice bath party. Back to you.
So far, it's been an all-type of party for Virginia Tech. 2-1 in conference play. We talked about the momentum they have gotten. Because overall, it's a struggle to start the season, but when conference play starts and you're winning ball games, you feel good, Coach.
Absolutely, and that's what it's about, is competing for your conference championship. And so I think that the staff got together after their non-conference schedule and said, hey, we're going to make some things. Drones came into the offense. They are looking like a very different type of team. They're playing with a lot of confidence, and you know, this is them. You think of Virginia Tech and what it's built on, the Thursday night games, the atmosphere at Lane Stadium, and special teams. The old Beamer ball, that they're going to dominate the special teams part of the game, and they're dominating in special teams tonight.
After winning the season opener against Old Dominion, 3 straight losses, but new life here as ACC play begins. I'm going to have you script some plays for Syracuse right now, Coach. What are you scripting to get Shrader in this offense in any type of rhythm?
Well, you have to get something that you know is going to be, you feel is going to be a completion. Whether it's a screen pass, a quick wide receiver screen, a swing screen to the running back, something that's going to get him into the flow of things. Then they got to stick and get the ball to LaQuint Allen, their guy.
That's Allen on first down. He can't get out of that Virginia Tech defense grasp. Felt Darius Payne, another Nebraska transfer, and that's a loss of 1.
And that's when they're going to have to find something outside right now. They got to get the ball out in the perimeter a little bit more to some of these playmakers, some quick throws out to the perimeter.
Quick throw here. Incomplete, different page. Shrader looking for Damian Alford.
And Alford sat down, and Shrader thought he was going to break out. They are completely out of sync. And someone needs, when you're in these situations, someone needs to step up to make something happen. You expect it to be the quarterback.
Another 3rd and long. More pressure. Down goes Shrader. A team that came in tied for the lead in sacks. Josh Fuga, C.J. McCray. That's the 2nd sack of the night. And it's all working right now for Virginia Tech.
Yeah, just nowhere to go down the field with the ball for Shrader right now. They're all over these routes of the Syracuse wide receivers. And then they understand Shrader's ability to scramble. Great job filling the pass lanes and not letting him escape.
So a new punter into the game after the injury to Stonehouse. And actually does a nice job getting that thing to roll beyond the 25-yard line. With 32 seconds left in the first quarter, Virginia Tech will get the ball. Huge triple header for you Saturday on ABC and the ESPN app. Starts number 4, Florida State, taking on Wake Forest at noon Eastern. Then Texas hosting BYU in Austin. End of the day, Coach Prime and the Buffaloes at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. A nice lineup the final weekend of October as chaos looms in college football. First down for Drones in the offense. Tuten off the left side. He has been effective here in the first quarter. And after a gain of 10 and a first down, is Tuten slow to get up.
Injury timeout.
So with 13 seconds left, they're going to use the injury timeout here, Coach.
Yeah. And a couple guys shaking up there. You see Isaiah Johnson jogging off the field right here for Syracuse. He's jogging off. It looks like he's going to be all right. Hope Tuten, I think everybody just rolled up on. A little physical football right there.
And Tuten in the first quarter, 7 carries, 54 yards.
But Tuten's done a great job of outrunning the defense. Some of the plays they've done, you've seen Syracuse players around him. You think, okay, how's he going to get around? And he's put on the gas, and he's scooting right around him.
So we figured that would be the final play of the first quarter. Indeed it is. As Virginia Tech storms out of the gates on their 36th Thursday night game here on ESPN. Right now, all Hokies. 13-0. Second quarter in Blacksburg coming up next. Start of the second quarter, 13-0. Virginia Tech down to Harry.
Coach, what do you guys need to do moving forward to get this offense going?
The first thing is we've got to get our run game going. The throwing game's a throwing game. We can run the ball on these guys. We've got to get that going. This is a hostile crowd. We got to settle down so we can get back into this thing.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach Harry, thank you. That's Thomas, tackled by Wax after a gain of 1. Remember, just prior to the end of the first quarter, Tuten went down with an injury. We'll keep an eye on him as the Syracuse offense, as you see there, has struggled mightily. Not the case here for the Hokies. So 2nd and 9 after Thomas for 1. Drones able to escape. Just throws that out of bounds down to Harry.
Guys, the frustration is certainly settling in here down on the Syracuse sideline after that last offensive possession. Dan Villari kicked the chair. You had a couple of offensive linemen slamming helmets, so we'll see if they're able to get it together here moving forward.
Well, Harry, thank you. We'll get to those offensive struggles when they have the ball again, but right now they need their defense to get them off the field 3rd and 9. Drones, deep. Dropped by Gregory Delane, however, flag on the play.
There's a late flag right there. It looks like Drones thought he had a free play with offside, so that's why he took the shot. But the flag came late.
Offside. Defense number 2. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So that cuts a 3rd and 9 down to 3rd and 4.
And that's the frustration level right now. Making mistakes, hurting themselves. And a 3rd and 4 with the Drones is not a situation you want to be in, because the entire playbook's open for him as a quarterback with the ability of him to run the ball.
So now 3rd and 4, quick shot to the outside to Lane. And, Coach, that's every bit of the difference of that penalty, because they only threw a 5-yard pass. That was good enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, and those are the situations you want to be in. It goes from a defensive advantage on 3rd and 9 to an offensive advantage on 3rd and 4. The whole playbook's open. Little quick game. With the Drones' ability to run, you have to keep your eye on him. A quick little throw, get the ball up before the defense is ready, and you get the 1st down, move the chains, keep the drive alive.
So Syracuse doing some substitutions. Ball at the 46, Lane in motion. Drones is going to keep it. He's got a convoy. There goes Drones. Big run for the Virginia Tech quarterback, brought down by Simmons after a gain of 39.
And this is the element he brings to the offense. You see him right here. Lane, the explosive receiver, comes on the fake. A zone read. They're reading the defensive end. And gets up the field with Lane. He keeps the ball.
Here comes tempo. Drones, end zone. Contact, no flag. DeQuan Felt and Isaiah Johnson both going at it. It falls incomplete.
Yeah, they're battling out here a little bit. I see Johnson. You see him turn back right there. If he turns back to play the ball, the official's going to give him the benefit of the doubt with both guys hand fighting, hand checking. Good job turning his head to go look for the ball, letting him get away with some physicalness on the outside.
Drones just go down with another flag on the play.
Holding. Offense number 79. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
At the first penalty for Virginia Tech on the night.
Yeah, and that's the first thing that we've seen them do wrong the entire night. You hate penalties down here in the red zone right now. Just to put you so far behind, and it kind of changes your mindset sometimes as a coach from score to can we settle it for a field goal. You see him hook the leg right there of Marlo Wax, the leader of this Syracuse defense. And when you're struggling, that's why when you look at Wax, they need their leaders to step up and make plays.
Bhayshul Tuten back in the game. Quick shot to Lane, trying to get him active, and that was a good job of Lane getting a little something out of nothing. Kevin Jobity Jr. on the tackle after a gain of 6.
Injury
They
timeout.
wanted to get Lane going, and they said they didn't get him the ball enough. They need to get it to.
So an injured Virginia Tech player on the field. We'll step aside while he gets looked at. On right as he was taken immediately off the field on the injury card.
Yeah, and you just look at him here. He's on the block, and just a leg whip right there. Guys flying around on the field trying to make tackles, sometimes back to the play. You see it right there. He just gets leg whipped coming in by Chase Simmons, the DN.
So 3rd and 13. Drones. Good job recognizing coverage, but a better job by Marlo Wax bringing him down because there was space over there on the left side of the field.
And that's what Syracuse, this is what Syracuse needs, is their playmakers. Wax is the leader of this defense. Their middle linebacker right there. And you see him playing a spy right now on Drones. He's there spying on him, waiting and watching him, eyeing the whole time, and that's what you want. Spy on him. When he takes off the run, you close the gap and you make the tackle.
John Love on to attempts. 39-yard field goal attempt for his 3rd. There is no college kicker situation here in Blacksburg.
We love love out here right there. We love points. We love love.
Love is money. Love is right. Love is good. 16-0 Hokies. You know, we talked about Virginia Tech on Thursday nights. We're flashing back to 1999. Corey Moore and welcoming you to the Terror Dome.
I'll tell you what, we had to prepare for Corey Moore. You want a scary thought as an offensive coach? How are you protecting the edge with Corey Moore coming off that edge? And then not only right there, the strip sack for the touchdown. He'll put you into a punting situation. And he was one of the best punt blockers out as well.
How about these luminaries? Bud Foster, legendary defensive coordinator Michael Vick, who really helped put this program on the map. And it all started, they said, we took advantage of the opportunity to build our brand on Thursday nights.
Yeah, and I mean, you get that chance to play in front of a national TV audience. People learn who you are and notice who you are.
The kick's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. The tale of two offenses tonight. Hokies 4 possessions, 4 scores. Syracuse 4 possessions, 4 3-and-outs.
You're trying to right now. You just got to. You're trying to dial up a positive play right now of what it is, of what you feel great about as a very positive play.
And what is that?
I think just throw a quick screen out here to the receiver. Just get a completion, get somebody running in space.
Garrett will throw. Pressure again, and there's a wide open receiver, Damian Alford. So kind of a busted coverage for Virginia Tech. Good job by Garrett Shrader staying in the pocket. And a first down, gain of 22.
And Shrader's the guy that's going to bring them back. He's the guy that's got to make the plays. He does a great job. Watch him slide in the pocket, but not panic. Eyes downfield, know where his receiver is. Make the throw for their first down of the night.
Now they're going to use Shrader on the ground. You know, we talked about Dino Baber saying we got to get the running game going. That's not only LeQuint Allen, but they can use the big quarterback Shrader, who has done that over the season, and get him involved to see positive yardage.
That's what they need. And you're telling him, we're putting it on you.
35 rushing touchdowns. That's the most among any active FBS quarterback. And that's LeQuint Allen for 3.
And I know Coach Babers wants to commit to the run, but the offensive line has got to help make that happen. They got to make that work up front. Big third down play here.
Shrader sacked. Antoine Powell-Ryland, APR, tied for the lead in the ACC with sacks. My guess now, Coach, he's got the lead by himself.
And he's their guy. We talked about him as the difference maker. You got to be careful leaving him one-on-one on a tackle out here in space with no help. That's what he does well. Look at him just dipping, speed around the edge, chopping the arm down. He has got too much speed coming off that edge, making the sack. He's their playmaker on third down.
Stonehouse back in the game for Syracuse. Holloway at the 6, fair catch. Here's our end of the month featured lineup, an NBA doubleheader Friday. How about the NBA back? Boston Celtics host the Miami Heat, followed by the Warriors and Kings. The Mexico City Grand Prix is Sunday afternoon. Next week, Lions host their first Monday Night Football game since 2018 as they take on the Raiders. So you're welcome. We've planned your week for you.
But the Lions have been a surprise this year. They struggled last week, but
they got worked by the Ravens.
They did, but they've been on fire the rest of the season.
Here comes Drone in the offense. There's Tuten. No gain.
And a chance for the Syracuse defense right here after flipping the field to have the opportunity now to create some momentum, try to create a 3-and-out, and give their offense good field position to build confidence moving forward.
Noted Justin Barron, he is back on the field, left earlier in the game with an injury. If they have any chance of stopping this offense in the comeback tonight, they're going to need Barron. 2nd and 10. Drones just fires that one into the turf, intended for Tuten. That's kind of the miss that we had talked about with the young quarterback. He's got the capable arm. We know he's very athletic, but they said sometimes he'll make the throw that makes it go wow, and then sometimes make a throw that goes.
Yeah, some of these you're getting to your third progression in the read. The young guys, they get excited, they make the throw. You got to just reset your feet and check the ball down and make that throw and finish on balance. He kind of rushed himself into that throw.
It's been all on the ground for Virginia Tech and their success tonight. Now 3rd and 10, pinned deep. Drones looked left, screen set up to Tuten on the other side, makes a couple of men miss, and that was all individual effort by Bhayshul Tuten. It'll move the chains, first down Hokies.
They set up the screen again. It's Lane going in motion to draw eyes in the defense. Little pump fake to him. Slow screen out to Tuten, get the lineman in front. And Tuten all night has made the first guy miss at each level of the defense to move the chains. And that's a big first down for Virginia Tech's offense to keep this alive and try to flip the field position.
Isaiah Johnson had a chance at the tackle. You see Lane scoot his way back in. You see Drones keep it. That's how they've been using him tonight on some of that pre-snap eye candy. They run him right up the middle and do so for a gain of 6.
And all the attention so far has been on Lane. When you run these zone reads, the defense dictates where the ball's going. Syracuse looks like they want to take Lane away on the jet sweeps, but that's going to leave Drones open running the ball up inside.
That's Malachi Thomas, the 1-2 punch working big tonight. And that's Malachi Thomas dragging Johnson with him. And another first down. Gain of 14. Riding that captain of the offensive line, Caden Moore, giving a key block.
Yeah, they're controlling this line of scrimmage right now, controlling both lines of scrimmage. And that's really been the difference of the game so far, is the line of scrimmage.
Play fake. Deep. Open! And we have a drone strike in Blacksburg. 62 yards to Quan Felton.
And again, they get him one-on-one on the outside. Great release. You see him just use his speed right now. Isaiah Johnson tries to grab, slow him down. Felton's having nothing to do with that. Runs by him. Great throw by Drones, just laying it over the top, right over the outside shoulder.
And halfway through the second quarter, we have got an all-out Blacksburg beatdown. 6 plays, 93 yards, 5 possessions, 5 scores. This one, Drones to Felton. It is all Hokies at home. This season, for every field goal, an extra point made by participating universities, All-State will make a contribution to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, All-State. Ed Berry, Dan Mullen, Harry Lyles with you here midway through the second quarter. Blacksburg, Virginia, Virginia Tech. That's Elijah Clark making matters worse for Syracuse. And we were having one of those commercial break conversations, and the tenor of that conversation, Coach, was we did not see this coming.
Really did not. We thought this was going to be a close battle back and forth with the teams. And we said this is a kind of a kickoff game to the second half of the season, a momentum game for both teams. And, you know, Virginia Tech looks like they're the team that's saying, hey, we are 2-1. We're in contention in the ACC. Our schedule is favorable for us the rest of the way. And Syracuse just has not been able, from the opening snap, been able to get out of their own way on the offensive side of the ball with penalties, mistakes, getting beat up at the line of scrimmage. It's been a rough start for them.
One first down the entire first half. Midway through the second quarter. Can Garrett Shrader get anything going? Play clock under 5. They go to the option look to Allen and a gain of 4. Mansour Dulane, number 1 there.
And it's not Virginia Tech's coming out playing some base defense, too, and just getting after it with their energy running to the football. Now they're getting after it. Just see them lining up in their base defense right here.
Shrader across the middle of the field. What a hit. Here comes the flag. That was Yamari Hatcher over the middle of the field, and he was absolutely popped by Phillips.
Yep, and that's just the ones that you can't do right there. You know, I mean, you got to be smarter than that. That's a drop the head.
So Mose Phillips, the 3rd true freshman out of Nashville. They will review for targeting. We'll let them go through that process and come back. Targeting confirmed. Phillips the 3rd now out for the game, and Syracuse, their deepest penetration into Virginia Tech territory of the night.
Yeah, and you see Hatcher's a defenseless player in the contact right there to the head. Hard to see if it's a crown of the helmet, but the contact definitely to the head right there.
And that about checked every box. So what can the Orange do with it? 6:33 until the half. First time we've seen Allen with the little daylight. Brought down by Antoine Powell-Ryland, down to Harry.
Guys, the trainers down here on the Syracuse sideline talked to Yamari Hatcher for a couple of minutes before taking him into the tent. I will keep you updated with anything that we get.
Harry, thank you. Darrell Gill Jr. now in the game, the true freshman out of Texas. Shrader pulls it across the middle. There's a little bit of offense now out of the Orange, and that's Alford. First down, Syracuse, gain of 15.
Injury timeout.
And now Stroman is down for Virginia Tech.
Yeah, and this could be a tough loss for him here with Phillips out of the game. He does a good job, turns the shoulder, not with the contact right there. That safety position. Already Phillips gone, ejected, and you just see him right here. Up in the shoulder. Let's hope he's okay with this one right now.
Sear Peoples, he's been battling injuries throughout the season, so he's been banged up. So this secondary right now for Virginia Tech.
A lot of times you see that the shoulder and they say, what is a stinger that goes down? It's when you see that the contact on the shoulder and then the head gets caught in sideways going there. Kind of look what happened. Let's hope he'll be healthy and back.
So a couple of positives here for Virginia Tech. He's able to get off the field under his own power. Hatcher leaves the medical tent, and Syracuse now, Coach, has a little bit of a thing going on this drive.
Yeah, and they need to take advantage of it to just slow the momentum down of Virginia Tech and everything going on in this game.
That was good footwork just to get back to the line of scrimmage. He managed to get a yard out of it.
You see Dino Babers trying to really commit to this run, even though they've struggled with it all night long. He's stubbornly committing to the run, and their success has come off of the RPOs that set up off those run plays.
So Jalen Jones now in the secondary for the Hokies.
Got man-to-man coverage here. Let's see if they take a shot with some of the guys secondary banged up.
2nd and 9. Shrader to take a shot. Was trying to hit Allen on the wheel route. Falls incomplete. Pressure by Norrell Pollard. And 3rd and 9 coming up.
Yeah, Pollard got him to throw the ball faster than he wanted to. They try a little stalk wheel, one-on-one. And you see he's got a matchup he wants. But Shrader had to get rid of the ball before he wanted to take advantage of it.
Is this a third down, get what you can because you're going for it on fourth?
We're definitely going for it on fourth here if you don't get it on third.
0 for 5 on third downs tonight. Flag pre-snap. And Syracuse, they can't get out of their own way.
Before the snap, false start. Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty.
That's just going to get people louder here at Lane Stadium on a Thursday night. They're not going to get quieter. They're going to get louder because they know they're having a lot to do with it.
I mean, there's been so many self-inflicted procedure penalties. You can't get anything going if you're pre-snap.
Yeah, and that's the problem right now. And it hurts the confidence of everybody on the team. But you're in a 2-down situation right here. You want to try to get half of it back right now on third down.
Third and 14. Shrader across the side of the field. Donovan Brown on the reception for a gain of 7.
That's great experience by Shrader right there. Knowing the situation.
And do you agree with this punt? Actually, they're lining up the kicker.
Yeah, they're going to try the field goal, try to get some points out of this. I'm surprised down 23-0, though. Your first positive field position going to this. But, hey, you want to get points on the board?
43-yard attempt. Denneberg has the leg. Kick on the way. And you'd mentioned get on the board any way possible, and Denneberg does that.
Yeah, and it's just for everybody on the sidelines, get a little bit of momentum. You even hear the crowd quiet down right there. They were all excited about the shutout. Denneberg's a great kicker, and they just settle them down, get some points, and let's move forward.
And look, that was anti-analytics as well. Nowadays, we've seen guys go for it in that fourth. So 23-3. Are those cones? It is Halloween weekend. Anything's possible. So Denneberg gets the orange on the board. 4:18 left in the second quarter. Syracuse's first kickoff of the game. It goes into the end zone. Let's go down to Harry.
Matt, we saw 23 Jaden Bellamy from Syracuse go to the locker room earlier. They pulled his parents out of the stands. He has been taken to Lewis Gale Regional Hospital, 3.7 miles away. The Syracuse staff would not tell us what is going on. We'll try to keep you updated as we get more information.
Okay, Harry, thank you.
Syracuse has dealt with a lot of injuries on the year, and I think that's hurt them over the last couple weeks. They said they've used the bye week the first part, but they didn't even practice till Thursday to try to get guys back healthy, get the team back into playing shape.
3 timeouts for Virginia Tech. 4:18 left in the first half. That's Tuten off the left side. Now the Orange defense gets to the line of scrimmage. Caleb Ochekwu on the tackle. And no gain. And another injured player.
Injury timeout.
There's Derek McDonald down on the field for the Orange. We've seen him start to drop here at the latter part of the second quarter.
You know, and that coming off the bye week and you're hoping to get healthy, that's just not what you want. You see him on the bottom of that right there.
So, taking a look at him, like I said, a number of injuries.
A little ankle, maybe ankle right there. His ankle gets a little twisted or rolled, but they don't look it like they're looking at his ankle.
All right, so while they take a look at number 15, Derek McDonald, we'll check in with our friend Kevin Connors back in studio.
Hey, Matt, coming up on the Twisted Tea halftime report, who better to break down BYU and Texas than BYU national champion Trevor Maddich and Texas Hall of Famer Sam Acho. Trevor's going to tell us about the ingredients for a Cougars upset, plus Sam on the best two-way player in college football not named Travis Hunter. Coming up when you join us for the Twisted Tea halftime report.
Okay, Kevin, thank you. Looking forward to that. 2nd and 9 now. They did give him 1 yard. Drones, plenty of time. Gets positive yardage on that one. Chased out of bounds by Anwar Sparrow after 4.
Big 3rd down coming up for this Syracuse defense right now. They've made a couple mistakes that have allowed drives to continue. Let's see if they can come up with a play. They love pressure in these situations and really getting after you. Let's see if they're going to try to heat them up.
Before they heat them up, they've got a free play. And they've got 2 flags on the orange and 1 play.
And this is just what's been, I mean, it's self-inflicted problems. Every time they have an opportunity to make a play, self-inflicted issues.
It's just sloppy.
Yeah.
There are 2 fouls against the defense. Offside, defense number 5. Penalties decline. Pass interference, defense number 3. That foul is accepted. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And when you get the free play as a quarterback, you know you got the free play. You're going to take a shot, see if something good happens down the field. And you see, look, Isaiah Johnson got his eyes around on that one right there. But they got him grabbing. I think he was grabbing, holding on the inside to get the PI, free first down.
So Syracuse, another opportunity blown to get off the field. That's Thomas. Tackled by Wax after 4. 6 penalties. And it's not about the yardage, 6 penalties for 37 yards. It's about the timing of the penalty that's killing
the situations. You know, it's they're killing their drives before their drive gets going on offense, extending Virginia Tech drives, on defense. And that's what gets frustrating, gets other guys frustrated on the whole roster.
Daquan Wright, earlier saw him taken off the field on a cart. He's back in the game. 2nd and 6 now. Drones rolling out to his right. He's going to take a shot downfield. Jalen Lane is there. Jalen Lane the catch. Brought down by Simmons. Gain of 41.
And you see right here, it looks like he's going to run the corner, puts his foot in the ground, back to the post. They did that off of a sprint out to make him look like they're going to throw it to the right, throws it back to the left.
I mean, Drones literally set that run up. He trotted up to the defender, made a cut.
And that's just flat down against the pole. He sees that safety. So I'm going to drop my pads on you. You see KJ Jefferson do that a lot at Arkansas.
You know what that says to me about this young quarterback? He's confident right now. That was a run that said, I'm in complete control of this football game. 2nd and goal. Moving his legs. Tuten. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And right now it is Hokie high. Now 29-3. This isn't to take away anything from what the Hokies have done tonight. I'm stunned.
Yes.
They have scored on every first-half possession. As we now take a look at Drones has made his 6th start in a coming-out party against Wake Forest. They felt like they finally found something.
And they opened up the playbook early. Trick plays, shots down the field, taking shots, deep shots down the field early. And then the last one, you know, Tuten's been carrying them all night long, and Tuten's rooting his way into the end zone right there, running over Syracuse players. But several of these drives have been extended by Syracuse self-inflicted mistakes. And it's not the one, it's the cumulative factor wearing down that defense and the frustration of we're supposed to get off the field. A mental mistake kept us on the field.
Most first points in the first half for Virginia Tech this season. We sat down with Brent Pry, and I looked at him, I said, what are you going to need to score to win this game? What kind of score wins this game? I said, I feel like it's 24-20. He looks at me and he goes, I think we need 30. I think we need 30 points. Now, I thought maybe the 30 points would come at the end of the fourth quarter and not the first half, but he hit that number.
I think Brent did too as well.
Now, if you're the Orange, 3 timeouts, minute 34 left, not much has gone right. How do you approach this final bit of the half?
Well, you're desperately trying to you've got to get some points here before half. And just try to seize a little bit of momentum, see if you can flip something. I mean, you have a veteran quarterback right here. You got to open it up, and you got to let him run the 2-minute drill and try to get some points on the board.
Shrader to his right, tries to get away from a defender. Keyshawn Burgos brings him down by the pad after 2.
Yeah, I think he should have a little zone read play with a built-in pass. I think he would have going to want that one back. He should have handed that one off. But sometimes you're Shrader on the sideline saying, you got to lead us. He's going to be careful not to do too much, though.
2nd and 8. Hokies received the second half kickoff, and Hokies almost received that handoff. That was Mario Kendricks. And you mentioned the line of scrimmage earlier.
30-second timeout.
Case in point right there.
First of the half.
They came out, ran the same play. I mean, coaching staff saw that he could have handed the ball off on the first play. They come right back to it, probably even mention it to him. And you see on this one right here, you're going to see right here, the stunt and the blitz goes. He's reading the defensive end on the outside, so he gets the give read, but they just get beat up front at the line of scrimmage.
-1
makes the play.
-1 rushing yards in the first half.
Yeah, and talking to Dino Babers and Syracuse staff, they wanted to run the ball. Explosive plays were important to them, but a lot of the explosive plays are going to come after you establish the run. And they have not been able to get anything going in the run game. They've just been dominated at the line of scrimmage all night long. Give credit to that. You give credit, though, that defensive front of Virginia Tech, they're 4 down. Powell, Ryland, Pollard, Kendricks, Burgos, and they're rotating the guys in. Huga, Payne, they're all making plays. Everybody's making plays.
3rd and 12. Shrader sacked. Kendricks again. They came in tied for first in the ACC in sacks. They have made a statement tonight for their defensive coordinator, Chris Moore.
Timeout.
We're going to go ahead and hang out at the top of this
Virginia
conference.
Tech.
It's the best sack unit in the league.
First of
He
the
made
half.
sure you knew they were in first place in sacks in the meeting the other day.
Oh, he did. He's like, no, I think we're first.
Yeah, we're first. I don't think he paid attention
Game
to the
clock
tie.
operator, let's put
They're making a
52
statement to
seconds on
make
the game
sure
clock.
after the weekend
52
they're in
seconds.
first
Thank
place
you.
all by themselves.
Let me set something up here for you. Virginia Tech used their first of 3 timeouts, 52 seconds left on the clock. They received the second half kickoff.
Yeah, they want to put this. They want to put this game away. They want to score, get the ball in the second half, and put this game away right now. And they also want to give their young quarterback the opportunity to run a 2-minute drill in this situation.
I mean, 2 for 1 here. They might send people to the top of the stairs now. 4th and 16. Holloway at the 25 to the 30. Has a couple of blocks to the 35. I mean, he makes short punt returns look entertaining. 13 yards. We saw Bud Foster on the sidelines and this lunch pail through. What a night it's been for the Hokies defense.
It's been unbelievable, and it starts with stopping the run. It's stopping the run early in the series. Completely dominating the line of scrimmage and everything that they're doing in the run game. Forcing Syracuse into long passing situations, and they're not doing it with blitz. They're doing it with their front 4 coming after them on 3rd down.
59 total yards is what you've held the Orange to. And look, I had mentioned the struggles in the outset of the broadcast. Syracuse averaging only 8 points per game in conference play. Hasn't been any better tonight here on the road. But a lot of that, too, is how Virginia Tech, 4 sacks on the night, they've executed at a high level defensively.
Absolutely, and they've done a great job in coverage, matching the Syracuse routes down the field, but what they're doing is they're getting after him with their front four. They are attacking with the 4 defensive linemen.
So there was a penalty on the Hokies on the punt return. It's going to move them back to the 15-yard line.
This will change the whole mindset in the conservative. You might try on a first down to see if you get something on first down, and if not, get to the halftime.
It's Thomas in motion. They're going to throw on first down. Drones does a nice job out of the pocket to Lane. And now you're all systems go.
Yeah, absolutely. You're sitting there. You come in these situations, you have a yard line. You say, hey, we got to get it to the 35-yard line. We have 33 seconds, 2 timeouts, get it to the 35. You practice these situations. And a great one for Drones right here to say, hey, lead us, get us to that. Let's see if we can get a field goal right here before half.
Fake right, back left. Lane again, and they fulfilled their promise.
Take a timeout right there, they do.
They felt Jalen Lane was kind of ready to pop. They said, we are going to make a concerted effort to use him in so many different ways. And in this first half, he's had a number of touches.
Timeout.
And that was the key, it was the touches.
Game clock to 26 seconds. Put 26 on the game clock. Thank you.
They wanted to make sure that he was getting the touches. And you see it how they're doing it. When you go in screen games, you take it away the reads right there. You're going to throw. It is a design get it to that where the whole play is designed. He's going to get the ball in his hands. 6 catches, 72 yards here in the first half.
Transfer from Middle Tennessee. He scored a touchdown in every home game this season. His first 100-yard receiving game a week ago.
He's their fastest guy on the field.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 65 on the offense. 15-yard penalty, second down.
I mean, there's just things going down on the field that are just, I mean, they're having their own discussion down there, and they're now learning the penalty.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, they went to a timeout, called timeout. Everybody's in timeout, and I don't think it happened during the timeout, did it? Something happened somewhere.
Oh, the book we could write about this first half.
Well, you might get a little handoff. I don't know if they're going to put it in his hands to see if he's going to take a shot. Maybe he tries to launch one more down the field.
He's got the arm strength. Xavier Chaplin, the left tackle, 2nd and 17. Lane again. Yeah, they just hit it on the ground.
There we go. There we go. They get the ball to start the second half. They'll get to halftime right now, enjoy this lead, talk about it, get refocused, talk about what they want to do.
Malachi Thomas.
Second half. Stop the clock.
Timeout. Syracuse. 30-second timeout.
Huh.
Well, right now, hey, they have them in a 3rd down and long situation. You wonder why is, hey, try to get a stop here on 3rd down. If they do, I think you're going to see them bring the house to see if they can create a big special teams play here.
That is Syracuse.
For the end of the
second
first
timeout.
half.
Okay,
This half.
I'll buy that. I initially was thinking, well, go to break and regroup.
You saw the switch on Virginia Tech. They were thinking, let's maybe try to be aggressive. We get the penalty, get backed up. They go to the conservative mode. Syracuse looks, say, we have you kind of backed up here. It's 3rd down and long.
You know what? That's $1. This is $1.
Well, you look at it and say, hey, do we want to try to see if the young quarterback Drones is going to come out and maybe make a mistake with a quick turnover here? If they're conservative, run the ball, we get a tackle. Let's see if we can block a punt, or we got to create something. They need something good to happen.
You are so invested in ball right now.
I'm all the every ball scenario going in my mind.
We had a guy tell the worst dad joke with a sign on national TV, and you're breaking down ball 3rd and 15, 30-3 in the first half. I love it. Just give me that coach hardcore ball.
There it is.
3rd and 15, Thomas in the backfield. It's Thomas unable to shake out the defender. Wax has been active in the first half, so there's another timeout.
Timeout. Syracuse. That's their third and final timeout.
And so as predicted,
of this half.
You would think
You better bring him in. We're going to bring everybody.
they've got LaQuint Allen deep to receive. That didn't look like everybody.
They didn't bring anybody. Set up the return.
Allen at the 20. Allen space to the 40. Punt to 58, return of 20. The ACC Network has some great action.
Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Please drink responsibly.
Second half getting underway here in Blacksburg. You're watching the ACC on ESPN. It has been all Virginia Tech, 30-3. As we take a look at our chewy first half stats, there's a lot to chew on if you're a Syracuse fan and you see 62 total yards and you're down 30-3.
Just about every stat has gone the wrong way for Syracuse, whether it's total yards, rushing yards, plays, first downs, third down stats, everything. It's just been all Virginia Tech.
So 30-3 Virginia Tech. Remember, they will start with the ball in the second half. Tuten deep to receive the kick. Tuten's going to take that. Touchback. And with that, welcome back into the booth. Dan Mullen, Matt Berry alongside. You couldn't have asked for a more dominating start to this game for Virginia Tech, who, as we said at the top of the broadcast, has momentum 2-1 in conference play.
Yeah, a lot of momentum coming into this game. Great schedule down the road, and this was going to kick off the second half of their season, and it has kicked off the right way for the Hokies.
So Virginia Tech, momentum. They've got the ball. This young quarterback, Drones, has been exciting to watch. 30 first half points and a bunch of big plays, and they look to build on that here in the second half. Starting at the 25, that's Tuten up the right side, and Tuten nearly broke it. Let's go down to Harry.
Matt, I spoke with a very passionate Dino Babers coming out of the locker room. He said the things that you would expect him to say. They got to limit mistakes. They got to start making plays on offense. But he told me if we don't do that immediately coming out here in this first half, or excuse me, in the second half coming out of the locker room, it's not going to happen for us.
Harry, thank you. 15 yards for Tuten. Get this thing started, ball at the 40. And Drones incomplete. That would have ignited Syracuse a little bit with the turnover. That was Elijah Clark there on the incomplete.
Yeah, and it's got to start with Syracuse with some big play from somewhere, whether it be a turnover on the defensive side of the ball, a big special teams play. They need something, a big spark to kind of ignite the momentum to get it going for them in the second half.
Remember, both teams coming out of the bye week. Syracuse had all the momentum against Virginia Tech, having won the last two. But tonight, it has just been a different story as Jalen Lane and this offense has been able to get even yards, like 5 yards on first down, even just kind of pecking away at it until they hit the big play.
Yeah, it's the successful plays, and that's been the story. You look at all the negative yardage plays the Virginia Tech defense has created and Syracuse had, and the penalties getting behind the chains. Virginia Tech has not been behind the chains all night, and with Drones, when you're trying to get a young quarterback into a rhythm, get experience, when you stay on schedule, you get in situations like a 3rd and 6 where the whole playbook is open. He doesn't have to throw it. He's going to have run-pass options. He can do it all. That puts him comfortable.
How much tempo you think we'll see out of Virginia Tech in the second half?
See him slow it down a little bit.
Thomas forced out of bounds by Wax and Clark, and an injured player for Syracuse after that play. All right, so they'll take a look at the injured player. We'll step aside. Come right back. So that was Isaiah Johnson. Kind of got leg whipped there, Coach, taken off the field into the 10.
Yeah, and the injuries have been a big issue for Syracuse all night, getting guys banged up constantly throughout this game, and they were hoping that the bye week come back healthy, and they're going to leave the game pretty beat up.
So Donovan Brown deep to receive the Peter Moore punt. Brown's going to fair catch it at the 10-yard line. So you have a really big problem on your hand, Coach, if you're Dino Babers, down 30-3 with 62 total yards in the first half, -3 rushing. What can you get done from possession 1 for the rest of this game?
Well, you're going in. I mean, Virginia Tech has 8 tackles for loss. You're looking for positive plays. And every drive you started behind the chains with a penalty or a negative yardage play. What you want to try to do is get a rhythm going. Stay on schedule. You're coming out here and saying, let's not worry about being down 27. Let's worry about putting one drive together. Let's try to create some momentum, avoid the mistakes, and put a drive together.
Shrader, there he goes. He steps up to the pocket. That's a good throw to Damian Alford, and we've got a flag on the play.
That's going to be an ineligible lineman downfield, though. RPO, he held the ball so long, the O-line got downfield, it looks like.
An eligible receiver downfield, number 70. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Enrique Cruz Jr., and Coach, you called it. He was back there and had to climb the pocket. And there you go behind the chains again.
Yeah, and you know, this is just, sometimes this happens in the RPO game right now. They're running an RPO where you have the chance to hand it off. He holds the ball, throws it. You're allowed 2 yards downfield, and he's 5 there. But this is what we talked about. Right now, you're back to 1st and 15. Every drive has started behind the chains for Syracuse.
Shrader out of the end zone. Here comes the pressure. Shrader, safety. That is Antoine Powell-Ryland and Cole Nelson, who's wearing the Frank Beamer 25 tonight. And you talked about the pressure, the sacks, the tackles for loss. This Virginia Tech defense has made a statement.
They are. Wearing the 25. Cole Nelson ran the fake punt last week to get the 25. We saw Coach Beamer at halftime up here, watching his Hokies. Fired up, proud to see the 25 jersey, and they have no answer for APR, Antoine Powell-Ryland. The speed he brings around that edge, they have not been able to block him all night. He is a pass rush machine coming off that edge.
But let's take that one step further. The penalty negated 18 yards, a first down, perhaps a little momentum. You play behind the chains, the defense pins their ears back, they pressure him in the end zone, and now that's your first possession of the third quarter. All is lost at this point if you're Syracuse.
Yeah, because, I mean, everybody's kind of looking at each other. What's the problem? And everybody has something to blame in this game right now. And trust me, the frustrating thing when you're a coach, when you're a player, everybody wants to go make a difference. You say, hey, give it to me. I'll try to make something happen. And it's mistakes, and it's mental mistakes. And there's nothing more frustrating than that. I'm sure you just see it on the faces on the sidelines. Just the pure frustration on everybody on the team that we're just killing ourselves on every single play with mistakes and errors. during this game.
And look, we're not going to pile on.
Yeah.
They're down 32-3. But I think perhaps for everyone out there watching who Syracuse fans are very loyal, we work with about 90% of them at ESPN. This is coming out of a bye week.
Yeah.
After you had what Coach Favors called a come to Jesus to reset and start anew, and this is what showed up.
Yeah, and you struggled. You know what? You struggled. It's okay. We struggled against Clemson, North Carolina, Florida State, 3 of the top defenses in the league. But this is not what we were expecting to see from Syracuse tonight.
So that's Holloway at the 25. Boy, is he electric. Trying to get to the sideline. I mean, look, I've given you his average enough tonight, 15.7. I think he's hit that and more just about every time. Brought down by Gregory Delane. Start your Week 8 NFL Sunday with the Countdown Cruise starting at 10 Eastern. They'll have all the late breaking news. So Drones in that offense back out there, Tuten back out there. They are just rolling right now as Drones going to go downfield, overthrows Daquan Felton. Daquan Felton could have had another. He's by the way, 2 touchdowns tonight thrown by 2 different players.
Yeah, and Drones is going to want that one back right there. Pressure was coming at him. He did a nice job sliding in the pocket. He could have held the ball maybe a second longer to let Drones, to let Felton, work on the double move down the field.
Okay, Checkwu on the pressure. He's had a quiet night. That's Tuten. He's got a low center of gravity. We saw him pregame. Just kind of a squatty back. But they think that he can be as complete as any back in the country. So it needs to work on his pass protection a little bit. But overall, I mean, they love this play. And
it's his efficiency. It's continued. It's the 5-yard runs. Every time he's touching the ball, he's getting positive, efficient runs.
Back in Syracuse territory, 3rd and 5 now.
It's him looking at the sidelines. They uncovered the blitz. They're going to change the play, but let's see. That also gives Syracuse time to change their defensive call, which they do as well.
Drones held on to it too long, sacked by Wax. Say what you want about the performance tonight out of the Orange. Don't include Marlowe Wax in that conversation. He has been a really good football player this evening.
Yeah, he's had a really good night, and he's the guy that they've assigned to spy on Drones. You see him sitting in the middle right here as the spy watching. You see him just not in coverage. He's responsible for Drones. When he sees that open up or the chance to scramble, he's the guy that's been tasked with stepping up, making the tackle, and he's helped get them off the field.
Barely saw our friend Peter Moore, the punter from Virginia Tech in the first half. Already seen him twice now here in the 3rd quarter. Donovan Brown deep to receive it. Fair catch. It's going to bounce.
Disaster right there, touching the Syracuse player.
So they'll start at the 20 when we come back. America's golf match. The Maddie and Mullen Cup. Shrader, wide open receiver, and there's a chunk play. No flags down. Looks like it'll stand Damian Alford. And a gain of 18 brought down by Jalen Jones.
Yeah, they do it. They clear out with the outside receiver. See 5 right there coming on the sail route. The underneath coverage steps up.
Now here's Allen with some space. LaQuint Allen, for the first time tonight, finds a little bit of room. Tackled by Tisdale. See, all America needed to see was my awful putting to get Syracuse going. Gain of 14.
Well, that's what we've been excited to see. Allen, I mean, the coaches love him. They talk about him so much. They like to see him make those plays in the open field.
All right, we're paying that off. We are now 2.
Got him again.
Look at this. They just needed America's match.
That's what it is.
Damian Alford, another big play. Brought down by Strong. Allen cuts back. Shrader out there to block. They've had more yards in this little cluster of plays. Nasir Peoples brings him down. And how about Shrader getting out there throwing a shoulder?
Well, you know, I mean, this type of player he is. He sees the cutback. He's a physical guy. He wants to get involved. He's going to throw into the play right there. And has to follow. They've gone to 2 backs right now. They've gone to 2 backs this series. And the 2 backs maybe has sparked him, given a little bit more protection in there to give him a chance to throw the ball down the field. The RPO game off it. Let's see if they can finish this drive off.
Leaving here. This drive, they've had 56 yards. They had 57 the entire game. They're going to go right up under center. Allen's going to weave his way through there, and that'll move the chains as this impressive drive for the Orange continues.
Yeah, and this is what we were expecting early when they were talking about Allen. We're excited to see LaQuint Allen play and run the ball. And you see that the complete back that he is, the quick feet that he has making reads, his ability to break tackles, run through tackles. He's a good player, and you're finally getting some momentum here for Syracuse. A little jumbo sets right here.
Now Virginia Tech, rather, will substitute their defense. With the wishbone? Allen. Could have been worse, was able to get back some of the loss of 2. Jaden Keller there. Coach, in my eyes, see, did we get an under-center wishbone in college football in the ACC?
It was something right there. They got into it, though. It didn't. Both teams looked a little confused right from the beginning right there with that play. But just tried to get a toss sweep, trying to create a different formation or a mix-up. You see massive substitutions by both teams again. It's like they got man-to-man coverage. You're going to have man-to-man coverage take a shot here.
Shrader going to do just that. Wide open player. Flag on the play. That's Valori, who has found the soft spot, will wait for the penalty.
Looks like it might be an offensive pass interference right there, creating a pick against man coverage.
For now, it's a gain of 14.
Holding. Defense number 5. Penalties decline. Results of the play. First down.
That was Nasir Peoples. And the 14 yards will stand after declining that penalty. And Orange in a goal-to-go situation.
Yeah, a little fake the screen, pump fake and go. Where the hold was in there, but a great positive play for Syracuse. Getting the ball first time deep down in Virginia Tech territory here on the night.
Again, just 3 touchdowns in their last 3 games. Shrader, open, touchdown Orange.
Dropped it. Broken up at the last second, I think.
Alford had it.
Oh. Had it right there. Let's see.
Yeah, knocked away. Good defense. Derek Cantine.
Yeah, Derek Cantine. Great job. You, as a DB in those situations, you watch him play through the hands. You're taught play through the receiver's hands and separate them from the ball. He does just that.
So 2nd and goal. Crowd getting loud. Pop pass. We can officially call it touchdown Syracuse. That was Valori. That was a good play design. And finally, the Orange get on the board in the end zone.
And you love the pop passes here. Watch, if you watch Valori, he's going to come right through the line of scrimmage, fake like he's going to block the linebacker, then slip past everybody. The safety steps up, trying to replace the block on the linebacker. Great job by Shrader, just putting a little touch over the top for the touchdown and get Syracuse on the board.
I mean, not only did they get on the board, Coach, it was an impressive drive. 9 plays, 80 yards, and 323. Wait for that.
That's what we've been expecting all night. But you know what we didn't see there? We didn't see them get behind the chains with a penalty. We didn't see them self-inflicted mistakes that they've made all night long. And now that's what we talked about. When you said, what do you need to do as a team? Hey, let's not worry about the comeback. Let's not worry about anything. Let's worry about putting together one efficient, good drive. Now get everybody together on the sidelines. Hey, everybody, just catch your breath. let's go out. We're going to have another opportunity. Let's go out and try to go execute one more time when we get the next possession.
I mean, look at the numbers that they had that drive alone relative to the rest of the game. 80 yards on that drive. They had 57 total yards offense coming into that drive. 32-10. Midway through the third quarter. It's a crazy game. It's a crazy sport. You never know.
Yeah.
But you know that they needed that.
Well, that's going to help in a lot of different ways. Maybe not even just in this game, just within the team and for the entire season.
Number 24.
You know what? And we'll see how it
92
affects this game right now of how that's going to move forward. Maybe it gives a little bit of life. Let's create, the biggest thing you want to do right now, grab the defense and say, guys, let's just go make a couple of plays, give the offense the ball back. You saw what they did when we didn't make mistakes, and see what happens next.
6 first-half penalties. You talked about starting behind the chains. That's how they started the second half. But as you said, it was clean on that drive down to Harry.
Matt, one of the leaders on this Syracuse defense, Justin Barron, was motivating his guys that entire offensive possession, just hyping them up. Obviously, one of the leaders of the team has got that club on that left-handed. Injury update, though, for you. Isaiah Johnson, cornerback. He got his right ankle re-taped up. He went to the locker room. He came back. He is currently sitting on the bench without his helmet.
Okay, Harry, thank you. Quan Peterson in Johnson's spot. But you talked about Barron trying to ignite now this side of the ball. 1st and 10. Handoff to Tuten. And he just runs those legs. Terry Lockett for a gain of 8. Seems like every time he's touching it, 4 yards, 5 yards.
And that's what you want. You look at what we call an efficient run as a 4-yard run.
Okay.
That's an efficient run. And when you're looking, Virginia Tech's going to go back and look at this game and say, we're extremely efficient running the ball. We maybe didn't even hit an explosive or big play or broke a long run. Tuten's longest run on the night's 15 yards, but he's got 86 yards. Every one of them has been 5, 8, 10. And those just kind of beat up on you. They're body blows.
So 2nd and 2. Tuten, another body blow for a first down, brought down by Lowry. And you get the sense, too, Tyler Bowen, the offensive coordinator, Brent Pry, they know they've got the advantage running the ball tonight. Tuten's had a good night, as has Malachi Thomas.
Yeah, and in these situations, hey, Syracuse just went down and scored, got a little bit of momentum. You're going to sit there offensively and say, if we can run the ball, we want to put this game. We're still very much in control of the game. But let's go impose our will and run the ball on this defense. And that'll build confidence for them as the season keeps wearing on.
Even Drones, 56-yard rushing tonight. That's Thomas, pitch to the outside. I've been very impressed with the 1-2 back combo for Virginia Tech. They live up exactly to how they build them. Tuten, you can tell, is the quick cut home run guy. Thomas is lower his shoulder, he's physical, and he's going to get you some of those tough yards.
Absolutely, and you watch him here, and the big difference, and you're watching what's gone on in the story tonight. Virginia Tech right here, 2nd down and 2, 2nd down and 3. Positive plays, avoiding any negative plays, penalties, mistakes. They've just been very, very efficient on the offensive side of the ball, and not even giving this Syracuse defense a chance to make a play. They're in a blitzing defense, haven't had a chance to make a play all night.
Worth noting, no wax in the game for that Syracuse defense, and they'll go right at that position. It'll be another first down, Virginia Tech. Okechukwu makes the tackle. Right now, this drive all runs.
Yeah, and if you're Brent Pry, isn't that what you want? Defensive guy.
Yeah,
He has that intensity, that toughness. He's upset they gave up the touchdown. But, hey, let's go out there, and we're just going to punch him in the nose and run the football here in the third quarter.
You see Wax is back. Quick pitch again. Great cut there. Thomas did a nice job recognizing that defensive flow to cut back for 7.
Well, inside run, outside run here. They run the toss play right there. Little trick, blocking down, pulling the lineman out in front. Good combination of inside runs, outside runs. But you're running the ball for 7 yards on first down. And it's fun to call plays when you're able to do that right there. I mean, it just keeps everything going and everything open for you.
Also, great patience out of him.
Very good.
He's able to find his way back where the open field was to pick up a big 7 yards. They're just going to keep riding these running backs. That's Thomas again. 3rd and short.
Outside run, inside run, mixing it up.
Look, Pry's just protecting as we need 30 points. And we got 32.
You got it.
I'm 2 over my need. I'm going to run the ball.
But you're a defensive coach. Listen, you talk about things, and we talk about like game control and things you need to do winning football. We're playing with a lead right now. We're coming out. They just put a great drive together. We want to control the game, and you can control the game by running the ball. When you run the ball at will, good things happen to you.
There's Tuten. That guy's just, you talk about productive runs, 4 yards. That guy's a walking productive run. Or actually a running productive run.
I haven't seen the first guy bring him down all night.
Antoine Sparrow didn't there.
And he, running through, like we see, running through contact. And been able to do that. And, what we haven't seen is Drones, and they talked about Drones and what he adds, some of the dimension in the quarterback direct runs. He's hit a couple in the first half. They haven't needed it. They've been doing it with the backs here in the second.
Popped a 38-yarder in the first half. Drones going to go back to the air, and when it's all working, it's working. That's Gosnell. Gets away from the initial defender, and the first really big play we've seen out of Stephen Gosnell tonight. The North Carolina transfer gain of 26 out of the Quan Peterson missed tackle, who's in for Isaiah Johnson.
Yeah, great patience by Drones. They go play action after this drive. You see him. He wants to take a shot. He sees the safety deep in the middle of the field. Comes back to Gosnell. Great job. That shows his comfort in this offense, how comfortable he's becoming. Because he knows they're calling that play to take a shot. It wasn't there. Come back to my second option. Gosnell underneath and continue to move the chains.
So Virginia Tech right back after Syracuse's first touchdown. And there's Drones to the outside, trying to move him out of the pocket. Completion for a loss of 1. There's Stephen Gosnell's brother, Benji Gosnell, and 2 productive plays out of the house of Gosnell. You just see it now.
You just see them. They're taking their time.
Yeah,
they're going to take the time. Ball control right here. The clock's their friend.
So with that completion, shooting off the left side. With that completion, Drones tied Sean Glennon for consecutive passing attempts without an interception. You want to play a little trivia? Yeah. Did you see who it was? Who had the record for consecutive completions without an interception? Or attempts, rather.
Who? Michael Vick.
No. Sean Glennon.
There you go. Sean Glennon.
You're bad at trivia.
I am.
Tuten goes over 100 yards. By the way, he's averaging 6.3 yards a carry.
Yeah, without a big explosive run on the night.
His big one was 15 yards. Drones. Caught, tackled by Wright. We saw what looked like a serious injury for Wright. He was taken off on the cart, Coach.
Yeah.
He's back playing ball.
Came back. Good to see him back out here. That's what you want, when you see these guys come back out and respond. If there has been the one issue that they're going to talk about with Virginia Tech offensively, is having to settle for field goals. And, they've converted, but they're going to be a little frustrated having to settle for this is their 4th field goal attempt of the night.
Yeah, but 7+ minute drive. They're going to love that for love. Now 35. Like the safety never happened in field goals. We're back to touchdown scores. 35-10. We talk about Virginia Tech.
But we haven't had to worry about that tonight. This has been, if you draw up football weather here, the leaves are changing, beautiful scenery, and perfect football weather.
Chamber of Commerce weather. In fact, we were talking with Coach Beamer, Frank Beamer, outside the broadcast booth at halftime, and I told him, I was like, you know this night better than anyone. This is how you built your program. He was like, well, yeah. We thought, well, wait a second. You mean we get to play on ESPN with no one else playing?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And it was before there was games other nights.
Right.
I mean, there was the Thursday night game. And you know what that does? Everyone around the country's watching. They see the electricity, the excitement. They see things going on. They want to get here. And he said the biggest thing it did, increased applications for admissions.
Everyone wanted to be a part of the atmosphere, as we lovingly call it, industry night here on College Football Thursday Night Football. To the studio and Kevin Connors.
All right, Maddie.
He just made my guy, Harry Lyles Jr., a happy sideline reporter. The Georgia State alum is Shrader. That's been the case most of the night, trying to unsuccessfully run away from Virginia Tech defenders. That was Keyshawn Burgos, and the 6th sack tonight. Look, in this quarter, Syracuse, they got on the board, but it still appears to be too much. Thursday night football, and it's all Virginia Tech. Start of the 4th quarter here in Blacksburg, Halloween weekend, and it has been a nightmare on Lane Stadium Street for Syracuse. 35-10 as we begin the 4th quarter. Matt Berry, Dan Mullen, Harry Lyles Jr. back with you. Shrader, sacked, Pollard again. 7th sack of the night.
And they have no answer right now. With the pressures coming right now, they turn the star free off the field. Shrader pulls the ball down. Another sack by that defensive front.
As you know, sacks count against your rushing yards in college football. They have 10 rushing yards on the night. 7 sacks will do that. 3rd and 20. Valori, who scored the game's only touchdown for the Orange, gets 10 of it back. And we will start the 4th quarter with another punt.
And coming off the last drive, that's certainly not what they were looking to do. They wanted to continue to build some momentum off of that last drive that they had. But first play, again, was a negative yardage play, in this Virginia Tech defense been aggressive all night long.
We've seen Stonehouse all night long. He was banged up briefly. Comes from a family of punters. He's been active tonight.
Another boomer.
Holloway. You know, there's kind of some alliteration there. Galloway would love Holloway.
When you catch the punt and get upfield, you get positive yardage for your team. That's important.
Guess how many yards? Was fired up to be a part of another Thursday night game on ESPN. Tuten. There he goes. A human first down, as it's almost time for the first college football playoff rankings release Tuesday.
Win over Texas.
So
the top 4.
That's Tuten up to the left side. Penalty flag. That'll come back. It's Tuten. Rooting to the 10. But that'll take away Bhayshul's Tuten 43-yard gain, with what is almost certain to be a hold.
Holding. Offense number 24. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That was a Malachi Thomas trying to spring his running back mate. Okay, so back to the rankings. You went to the playoff committee. We've all gone to that just to kind of see how the committee works through the process. And here's what I will say about your initial rankings. They are very sound in that each one of those teams that you put in your top 4, Ohio State, Florida State, Washington and Oklahoma. I probably got them out of order. Either way, those make sense.
Yeah.
Here's how I would combat one of those teams in Michigan. I know what's going on in Ann Arbor right now.
Yeah.
But they have been the most dominant team of any of the teams. Washington had, if Arizona State had a semblance of offense, Washington State's out. Michigan hasn't done that once to anybody.
They haven't played anybody.
Yeah, but the teams they are playing, they're beating the hell out of. There's Thomas, who just got called for the holding. He's like, all right, you want me to get my holding yards back and then some? Done.
So, well, when you look at it, Matt, where are you going to? Each week is independent.
That's right. It should be.
And that's the key. It's not what happened last year, this year, where we had each week's independent. And I think in the end, Georgia and Michigan certainly are going to have the opportunity to be in there. Georgia, the next 3 weeks, plays a tough schedule. They have the next 3 weeks to earn their way back into that group right now. But Georgia and Michigan have played the 2 weakest schedules out of those 6
question.
teams.
And there's no arguments there. But here's what I would say. Number one, I'm not going to put it back in the air. I'd bet for the rest of the night as Thomas there for a time. You have officially crossed over from coach to TV guy because you did 4 rankings that you knew would drive people nuts because the first playoff ranking show, people scream and yell. It doesn't matter until December, what is that, first weekend of December?
The last one's the only one that matters. But that prediction right there, I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we saw, and you will see a complete meltdown.
No chance.
In Athens, Georgia.
Those are sounds, by the way. You have a sound argument.
Yes. But there'll be a complete meltdown in Ann Arbor and Athens if that's what happens.
So Bryce Duke, first time tonight. 23 getting in the ballgame. So now they're just running out a whole stable of running backs. Fans, don't forget, go to ESPN.com/All-State Playoff Predictor to check out your team's chances to make the college football playoff. I'm proud of you.
And I love
rankings.
well, you know, and here's what everyone says. Oh, well, you have this, you have that. Well, each week will be independent. Well, we rank them again.
But it's not. It's not independent.
Weekend.
They say it's independent. It's
I know, and they should be.
If you're basing it on what your eyes have seen this year, I do not take exception with how you had those ranked.
Yeah. I think you have to earn your way in. I think that's what's important, you know. And you look at a team, though, like you look at Virginia Tech, to me as a team, as we're watching them tonight, that started off this season with a lot of questions with their non-conference schedule, didn't go the way they wanted to. Some issues, some problems with them, and you know, some tough losses. You know, the loss at Marshall, the loss to Purdue. But once they've started conference play right now, they have looked like a completely different team.
By the way,
it's hard to steal those signs.
No, Freudian slip that we just started talking about Michigan for the first time tonight.
There we go.
The signs. First action of the season. Play before. That's Bryce Duke. We also saw Jeremiah Coney in on the game. Hey, look, while we're there, let's talk about Michigan sign stealing because it's the talk in all of college football. I'm 3 parts, 33.3% on 3 sides of this thing. One, let's stop pretending like everybody doesn't do it.
No, it's not illegal to steal signs.
Using electronic.
It's illegal to advance scout.
Advanced scout with electronics.
In-person advanced scouting. Electronics are no, you just can't be in person.
And it appears to be like, how are you stealing this?
Yeah, what's going on?
And what signal is that? Like chew?
Here we go. Got it. Oh, stack.
Wipe the trousers.
I'm crazy.
All right,
I'm crazy. Oh,
so I'm crazy. Wipe the trousers. Chew on something. Okay, I got to play.
Right there, that was it right there. I think they were like, it's going crazy. The one guy was getting sent off to get arrested after the late night at Tots after the celebration party tonight.
We have 8 minutes and 38 seconds left to see if Mullen can figure out Virginia Tech signals. I had mentioned at the outset of the broadcast, like Syracuse, Virginia Tech, Donovan McNabb, Big East. It just feels right, Coach. Yeah. This in 1999.
Yeah, throwing up after a long scramble on a 4th down conversion. Last play of the game. Turn 3 wide cross. Kevin Rogers, the offensive coordinator at Syracuse, with a great call. McNabb rolls to the right, fakes to Kevin Johnson, throws back to Steve Brominski in the corner of the end zone. They storm the field at the Dome. A great night.
Check that 1998.
1998.
We will pay that
Where were
off.
you 1998? I know where I was.
I was a freshman, sophomore at Arizona State. Fall of 98.
I know exactly where I was.
We know exactly where you were as we have our weekly feature, 6 Degrees of Dan Mullen. He's got a connection to every game we call. Where were you, Coach Mullen, in that game, 1998?
I was right there. I was up in the press box next to my man, Kevin Rogers, who called me on. It's Coach Pasqualoni, Paul Pasqualoni on the sideline.
Look at Mullen,
celebrating
the meathead.
Afterwards. Right there.
You had a neck. You had a full head of hair.
Right there. I was looking sharp.
How old were you? Just a young pup.
I think I was... I must have been about 25, 26 years old. 98, I was 26.
Life all in front of you.
26.
You had it all out there.
Oh.
Amazing. Worked out with Rob Conrad. He had his neck and his traps.
I think, hey, listen, I don't think we get McNabb, Kevin Johnson, Robbie Conrad, get the whole crew. I don't think it's going to help here tonight for the Syracuse Orangemen.
Mullen the meathead. Learned to love it. 38-10, Virginia Tech. If today was Cheston Try's day, he's in a good spot. Good 38 of those. You do them every time. Although that's more of a worm than a push-up.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are questionable ones. That wasn't like you. We were in the weight room earlier. Matt was repping it out.
You saw me. I was getting my gains in today. Had a muscle snack after that. Chris Cotter texted me his workout, and you're guaranteed it didn't include legs. All right, ACC standings time, 38-10 Virginia Tech. Look, Virginia Tech is going to move to 4-4. They're 3-4 overall coming into the game. And here's
they're peaking at the right time.
They peaked tonight defensively. That is sack number 8.
I think they're going to be in first place alone after this week.
I mean, this is
sack category right now.
Absolutely clinic up front for this defensive line. So that was the top 7 teams in the ACC. Now look at the bottoms in it. If I told you at the beginning of the year that Clemson, Miami, and NC State would be among the bottom in the ACC, you would have laughed me off the field. You see Syracuse down there 0-3 in conference play.
Yeah, and that's the biggest surprise because those are things. Miami was a big sleeper team. Clemson, we thought, is going to be the team that could be a playoff run team this year and did not be mixed. And NC State, a little bit of a rebuilding there this year for Dave Doran and the Wolfpack.
With 6:53 left in this game with the sack, Syracuse has 0 rushing yards on the night. Again, I'm not taking away from Virginia Tech. I am just stunned by what we've seen here tonight.
Yeah.
Is Allen out of the backfield. They have not been able to get this young star going at all. But now you've got to go big picture with Virginia Tech.
Yep.
Because it's a new season when conference play starts. They're going to move to 3-1. If you look ahead at their schedule,
there's no divisions now, so it's the top 2 teams. And that makes a big difference in the conferences that have gone there. And Virginia Tech's schedule the rest of the way is very favorable for them. And that's what's going to be pretty interesting. I think their biggest challenge left, they play at Louisville next weekend. They'll get a little break from this. 10 days they play at Louisville.
We'll get into their schedule because I find this turnaround remarkable for how things started for Virginia Tech this season. We will take a break after a punt of 48. We'll break down the Hokies' chances in the ACC in the final month of the season.
Hey, I'm Scott Van Pelt. We're getting set for Sports Center. We'll check in on Dame Lillard's electrifying debut with the Bucks. Ryan Clark breaking down the Bills and the Buccaneers. Jeff Passan here to preview the World Series, and it's Thursday, so I have winners. Although right now they should just be called games I picked that don't win. But that's kind of a lousy name for a segment. All right, back to the Hokies finishing off the Orange, fellas.
Scotty, look. Don't beat yourself up over winners. I would bet career percentage. He's on top.
Yeah.
I think he's won more than he's lost.
Yeah.
I failed his program because I had a perfect where in the world is SVP today when I was walking to lunch and I didn't snap the picture. You'd be amazed how many tall, bald guys with glasses roam the world.
Just everywhere.
They are. So Pop Watson now in at quarterback for Virginia Tech. We've seen the night for Kyron Drones and 194 yards through the air, the one long touchdown. Had a nice night on the ground as well, 56 yards. And we talked about what this player has done. They had to have a difficult conversation with Grant Wells, who started the season at quarterback. He's healthy enough to be the backup now, but they flat out had the conversation with him and said, look, Kyron's our guy moving forward, and they found something different. Now moving to 3-1 in conference play.
Well, that's when Grant Wells got hurt. Kyron future. They think Kyron is the future of the program. Kyron Drones comes in. He brings a different element. His ability to run, his physicalness, still throws a really beautiful ball. And you know, and when Grant Wells got healthy and came back, sat him down. But the future's accelerated. The future's just kind of become now. And it's never an easy conversation. But you know, Grant's a guy, a veteran guy that's gonna take that in and be ready, you know, for if his number's called, because it's still a lot of football to be played this year.
And Farmer there with a big hit. They're not going to trot Grant Wells out there in this situation.
Absolutely not.
Still getting the ankle back, but they said had something happened tonight, Grant was ready to play.
Yeah, like he's not at 100% right now, but he's back, he's able to go into the game. So, I mean, he'd come in if there was a situation they needed him. And you know, it looks like they're going to be in some big games coming down the stretch now in the ACC.
He got hurt against Purdue. And look, we've seen a stable of ball carriers tonight to use the receivers out of the backfield. 9 different ball carriers for the Hokies, and each one of them has had a successful night.
It's the offensive line. You know, you got to give credit. The offensive line has completely controlled this game. You know, led by Caden Moore up front. They've controlled the game.
So now 3rd and 1. You know, during our meetings, talking about what we thought, I had said this morning, I thought this game could come down to the final possession of the fourth quarter. I thought these teams were evenly matched. I thought they were coming out of the bye week, both refreshed, knowing how important this game was for an inflection point in their season.
Yeah.
And Virginia Tech and Brent Pry have answered every bit of this test here at home tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, and when you look at how they've played tonight, what their schedule is, the momentum they have going right now, they're going to be a contender potentially in this ACC title race.
Look what they have November 4th. They'll get the 10 days or the 8 or so days after playing on Thursday night college football at Louisville. 21% chance to win. Nearly 25th FPI that brings these numbers. And then at Boston College, NC State, Virginia. If you told me that's what was left to potentially play for an ACC championship, I would take it.
They have a chance.
Louisville plays Duke this weekend. That's a big game.
That's a big game.
For conference championship position.
There's going to be some big games. I mean, it looks at this point that Florida State would be in the ACC championship game, and how they played, the type of team they are all season. The talent they have both sides of the ball, the quarterback, the receivers, everybody. But I think the rest of the league's wide open.
I would agree. Florida State is head and shoulders above everyone else. We talked to Commissioner Jim Phillips, who's here tonight. I always love talking with him, talking ball with him. And we were talking about the health of the league overall. And what did you and I say to him? We looked at him, we said, if Virginia Tech gets back to what Virginia Tech can be, if Miami can get back to where Miami can be, this is a really good league. North Carolina's up with Drake. I mean, there is a lot of good football in a league right now, and you said it perfectly. It's very competitive this year. There are a number of teams who could play come championship weekend, and a huge triple header for you this Saturday. ABC starts with number 4 Florida State taking on Wake Forest at noon Eastern. 7th-ranked Texas hosting BYU, and we end the day with Coach Prime and the Buffaloes at the Rose Bowl. Yet another ranked Pac-12 team. Wake Forest. Wake Forest similar in that they've been back and forth all season, but
always scary. Oh, at noon.
That's
at noon, you're going up to Wake Forest.
That is exactly the point.
If you don't bring your A game every single week, you're going to be in trouble. In a league as good as the ACC, the balance, the quality of teams in this league, you got to show up and bring your A game every single week, and that's what it's all about. And watching this line of Virginia Tech and how they're able to run the ball, it's going to be interesting because the run game travels. And some of those tough road games they have coming up, that their ability to run the ball is going to be pretty important for them.
Run game and defense. And the defensive performance they put out tonight, 8 sacks, emphatic win. Brent Pry told us the rebuild is on the way. And if you were a Virginia Tech Hokies fan, you have to feel great about that statement, especially what we saw here tonight.
Well, this felt what Virginia Tech is. They play defense. They play special teams. physical football, being able to go run the ball, the environment, the crowd rocking, getting behind them. That's what's important for Virginia Tech, and that's what this program was built on. That's what we saw on the field tonight.
Brian Ryder produced it. Ed Curran directed it. For Harry Lyles Jr., Dan Mullen, I'm Matt Barry. Virginia Tech gets the win 38-10. Now stay tuned for SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt.